and receive a sound mind. A sound mind. We reject all anxiety and receive a sound mind. A sound mind. We reject the spirit of fear and receive a sound mind. A sound mind. We reject all anxiety and receive a sound mind. A sound mind that's full of delight. It's full of delight. We push back the spirit of fear and release a sound mind. A sound mind. We push back all anxiety and release a sound mind. A sound mind. We push back the spirit of fear and release a sound mind. A sound mind. We push back all anxiety and release a sound mind. A sound mind. A mind that is stayed on you. Mind rooted and grounded in you. A mind that's surrounded by you. A sound mind. A mind that is stayed on you. Rooted and grounded in you. A mind surrounded by you. A sound mind. A mind that is stayed on you. Rooted and grounded in you. A mind surrounded by
How's everybody
you.
doing?
A sound mind.
How are you feeling today? Yes, this is our best day ever. Speaking it into existence, no matter what you see, no matter what you feel. It is Friday. We actually have made it in the midst, in the middle, beginning of our turnaround, 7-day turnaround. This has been one ride. How's everybody doing? Comment, let me know how you're doing, checking in. Where's your emotions? How are you feeling? What's going on? And the reason why I'm asking, as always, just trying to keep you guys leveled, because fighting can get tiring. Yeah, fighting can get real. It's been exactly. Yes, it has. It has been intense. I'm not even going to lie, sugarcoat that. It's been absolutely intense. It's been real. It's been heavy. It's been happy. It's been sad. It's been everything. I mean, that's real. That's real. Thank you for saying that. Many people will try to hide that it was so intense at some point. Many people will feel some kind of way. You see what I'm saying? It's been intense. We've gone up, we've gone down, we've had highs, we've had lows. But I just want to say congratulations because we made it. I want to say congratulations because you could have quit. And what I keep hearing is that I have a client. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of emotions. I agree. I have a client that I worked with recently who was like, "Why is my boss writing me so hard? It's just me. She's so mean to me. It's like she hates me." I was like, "She doesn't hate you." She's like, "She has to, the way she treats me." And I was like, "No." I said, as an ex-athlete, I was always that one athlete on the team that got treated harsher. I don't want to use the word the worst, but just I would get in trouble for everything if I didn't do it right because they were pushing me. They were used, they were in position to push me to greatness. They saw greatness in me. So it's kind of like a teacher. It's kind of like my son's tutor. She sees greatness in him. She sees potential, so she pushes him, but it feels like they don't like you, right? And I was just like, no, she's trying to pull out of you the best that you can be. She sees that there's so much more potential than what you are giving right now. What I equate that to in real life, in our lives, and with God is that's what our enemy is for. That's what I keep hearing. That's what your enemy is for. Just literally, I just go back to January to today. If you did not have the issues, problems, circumstances, situations, fight, spiritual attacks that you had, would you be as powerful as you are right now, this moment? Would you know who you are? Would you know how powerful you are? Would you know how strong you are? Would you know how resilient you are? I mean, I could keep going. Would you know who you are? I know I found out who I was in these last 10 years, the 10-year cycle that God is not 10, well, I'll take 10 years too, God. Um 2016, 7-year cycle that he's reversing. My goodness. I found out who I was. I found out how much I really loved myself, my husband. I found out a lot because of the attacks. So it's not the question of why and what the heck. It was all necessary, absolutely. I've been literally feeling my brain growing muscle mass. Now that's hilarious. The battle to stay in belief and positive. I like that. I literally feel my brain growing muscle mass. I love that. It's been quite a journey, but I'm so grateful. Exactly. That's where we needed to be. Literally, I heard one lady say, and this is what I've been getting all week. Just this week, I met with her, my client, Wednesday, and from talking to her, so that's just 2 days now, all I've been hearing is the fight was necessary, the battle was necessary. They didn't know who you were, but you didn't know who you were. They didn't know that you were some high ranking. They didn't know that God favored you. They didn't know that you were the apple of his eye, but neither did you as much as you thought. Yeah, yeah, I'm God's special. Oh yeah, God, he don't play about me. But this showed you he don't play about you. This revealed, okay? This proved he doesn't play about you. Do you know what kind of confidence you should have right now in God? It should have a confidence like what's his name, you guys? Give me his name. Who got bit by a snake and just shook it off and everyone was looking in like is he about to keel over? Is he going to die? He just shook it off like, "Oh, that can't touch me." That's the confidence in the midst of this warfare that we now have. Thank you. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure. Paul, he just revealed to you your strength. And then the other part that I'm hearing is yes, he allowed them to do everything, steal everything, take everything, delay everything, deny everything, distort everything, remove everything. He allowed them. He allowed them because he knew that it would put you, force you into a place, in a position, and it will uncover exactly who you are and that you would be obedient. See, that's the kicker right there. That's the kicker. He knew that it would force you to be obedient and that you would be obedient. See that? In your mind, you're probably just like, what? But what I heard was the only reason why their tactics didn't work. Now, it may look like to us it worked because some of you still struggling with money. Some of you are still single when you should have been married. Your marriage is kind of rocky. Things like that looks, the smoke screen and the facades, remember? Smokes and mirrors. It looks like it worked. But I'm here to tell you it didn't. And it didn't because you were obedient. I'm going to be honest. That's what he told me. He said, they banked on taking you out. They banked on removing everything, trying to remove your marriage, trying to separate you, trying to take you out, like kill you, trying to use your kids again. Everything that they tried, they just knew it was going to work because it worked for everybody else. But let me tell you why it didn't work for me and why it didn't work for you who follow me on Clubhouse, YouTube, and World Changers, who take what God gives me and makes it their own. Because we don't play with God. I want you to literally turn around and look from 2016 to today, how much you've grown. And then I want you to look at how long you've been following me and the God in me to see how much you've grown, right? If it's a year, 6 months, 2 years, couple of months, how much you've grown and how much more obedient you've been and how quicker things have turned around for you. The bottom line is obedience stops attacks. Obedience makes sure God's hand, because he's just. He's just. Job did not win and get double for everything just because he didn't curse God. He was obedient not to curse God. You see what I'm saying? He was obedient. That's the difference. He was obedient not to shame and turn around and curse God when everyone else was telling him to. That was the only reason. It was obedience. Your obedience is what stopped the hand of the enemy from coming to full-on fruition. So now I want you to turn around and look at your obedience, because everybody knows themselves. Everyone knows how obedient they were. Everyone knows the time when God said do something and you didn't. Everyone knows the time when God said do this and you didn't. But you also remember the times you were obedient. Do you see how he didn't ask for you to be perfect? Do you see how he didn't ask for you to make sure that you listen to him 24/7? Because no one is obedient 100% of the time. It's impossible. We're human. We have flesh, and our flesh is always willing. The polarity of I want to do good, but I do bad. It happens. Nobody is perfect. But the little things that you were obedient in saved you. Do you see that? I'm breaking something right here. I'm shifting you right here. Because many of you think that you're not good enough. Many of you think that you messed up. Many of you think, who, me? Nah, I'm not that good. I'm not that. Nah, that person over there, they're better. They're more in depth. They know more scripture. They know more this. They're more anointed. No, I'm talking to everyone under the sound of my voice. I'm talking to you. Your level of obedience from 2016 to today is what made sure and guaranteed they did not take you out premature. Your level of obedience guaranteed your safety, your protection. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I want you guys to understand, like, we fight there. And I told you yesterday that we were coming into a rest. We fight. We've been obedient. And I told you as an athlete, when you get to a day or two before the event, there's nothing else you can learn. There's nothing else you can increase. You can't increase your speed in a day. It's impossible. It's almost impossible. Dang near impossible to increase your speed anyway. Your top speed. But there are things that you can do to technically increase your speed and shave off tenths of seconds, which is what we do. But by the time you're a week out, if you have not put in the entire work from head to toe, your body, what you consume, your resting, your technique workouts, your foundational workouts have not been perfected, there's nothing you can do the week of. I promise you, there's nothing. And for us, God said that was yesterday. For those of you who've been on this 7-day turnaround since last Thursday, there is nothing else we could have done yesterday or today. We did it all. Wednesday was a hump day. And if you concur with me, drop a purple heart, because Wednesday was the roughest day. And when I came on here, everybody agreed. It was the most intense day of these 7 days. That is the day I literally heard just give up. I was like, what? Oh, trust me, I'm tired, but I'm not that tired. That was a day that I had so much going on with this event coming up, and everything just in my life it just seemed like it just hit me like a ton of bricks on Wednesday. And then when I came on here on Thursday, everyone agreed Wednesday was rough. That was the day the enemy had pulled out all his. Yesterday was pretty even kill, no lie. How about you guys? Compared to Wednesday, yesterday was a piece of cake. I wasn't frustrated. I mean, I went through all kinds of variety of emotions on Wednesday myself. And I was just like, yo, what the heck is wrong with me? And I had to keep praying and keep decreeing and keeping them. Look, all this time I shifted on Wednesday. All this time, because when I first got the Chariots of Angels, before I even brought it to the community, I was dispatching the angels to cover me and my household. And then my accountability partner said, no, that's defensive. Be offensive and send it to them, your husband, your kids when they go to school. Send it outward and home. So I said, oh, okay. So I switched it and started sending it out. Well, that Wednesday, I said, oh, nope, they need to come back here because something is off here in my home. So at least 4 days I had been, no, at least a week, because we've had the Chariots for at least a week and a half now. I sent it out and sent it to cover my husband when he left the home. And every time I would send it to the enemies against my life, and send it to my husband and my daughter and anyone else who wasn't in my vicinity that's connected to me. Not on Wednesday. I was like, oh no, I need this. Something's off. By the end of the night, like I had been up since like 7. And I've been going, cleaning up, doing stuff, getting things ready, working, clients. I mean, I had tons of clients this week. And I was just like, oh my God, all on a Wednesday. And then I told you my daughter had swimming, and I was just like, man, I don't feel like driving an hour to go to swimming. I've never said that. I'm the one to be like, girl, get in the car, let's go. Mommy, I'm tired. Nope. You wanted to do this, we doing this. Let's go. These are the days you're gonna do good. I encouraged her. That day, she was like, Mommy, you ready? I was just like, oh, man. I was hoping that day. That was the day I was hoping. She was like, I don't want to go. I'd be like, okay. Nope. That was the day she was adamant. Let's go, Mommy. I'm ready to go, Mom. I'm like, oh my goodness. And that's when I heard, just don't go. It's okay. And God was like, nope, I need you to press through this. Press through this to break this. I don't know what this was, but I know Wednesday was rough. Heavy, emotional, intense, everything in between. And then Thursday I came on and all you guys agreed. That was our breaking point. That was the day the enemy had put all his stops out to stop you. And you passed. You pressed. You kept going. Hence why Thursday felt the way it felt. Remember I said sometimes you're just a day or two away from your breakthrough. Literally. You're just moments away from your breakthrough. You're just hours away from your breakthrough, but you would never know. That's one thing I did not say that day. I turned around and I said, wow, God, if I would have quit that Monday in 2007, I wouldn't have known that my breakthrough was that Wednesday or that Thursday. And I said, so how many times have I quit? Or how many times have I stopped pressing? And the breakthrough was like a day away. And to me, my revelation was I would never know. You would never know how close you were. Because if you don't reach the breakthrough, you don't get it. So can you imagine your entire life walking with God? how close you've been, which is why I pressed even harder with you guys Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, to not give up, to keep going. Because many of you were right there a day from your breakthrough and you said, I can't do this. But you would never know that your breakthrough was there. You never got it. Clearly, you never got the blessing, the whatever, the manifestation of your blessing, the manifestation of you pressing. You didn't get it. But the thing is, you didn't also know that it was right there, like hours away, 48, 72 hours away. I'm here to tell you, we broke through on Wednesday. We did. We broke through. And now what we have, because all the notes that I have for each day, he was like, nope, not even. It was more things of releasing, because I kept getting things all the way to June. What's today? Yeah, June 15th. He said, nope, y'all made it. But you gotta now the hard part is, and hear me when I say this, now the hard part is shifting from working and fighting to resting. Okay? Want to make sure that you understand. Now we got to shift. We have to shift. There's something that I heard the other day, and I don't know how this relates, but I'm going to just be obedient, because to me, they're two totally different subjects that I would talk on two totally different days, but it just came back to my spirit. So it clearly is something. So, Esther, okay? And I think I'm going to spin it this way. I heard it one way, but how it ministered to me, I'm going to spin it to you guys. Esther was groomed. Well, she was an orphan. We know her story. Then she was taken to the palace and groomed. And she won favor with the king. In a nutshell, those who know the story. I'm talking to those, not just marriage. I want you to look at this as relational, okay? Because where we're going. Do you know, has it ever dawned on you that Esther did not marry her people? Esther didn't marry a Jew or Hebrew. Esther did not marry a man who prayed to the same God. Esther married a pagan. Esther married the opposite. But they don't teach that. I've never heard it. At least I'm going to say that. Of all the people who preach on Esther, I've never heard that. So, your relationships, I need you to understand that in this next season, don't expect every collaboration and every relationship that you build to be equally yoked, because God will completely position you to be with someone who is not of him and use your ways to change him or her. It is by your ways that you change an unbelieving spouse. It is by your ways. And there are a lot of us that marry, and I'm going to stick to the marry, then I'm going to go to collaborations. There's a lot of us that marry men who aren't of God, and we say, oh, I must have chose wrong. No, you didn't. Your job is to change that man with partnering with the Holy Spirit and by your ways, because you are the believing spouse. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's something with Esther right now. Because I was just like, God, this don't have nothing to do with what we're talking about. But okay. Okay. By you turning the other cheek, by you going the high road, by you loving them God's way, you change that spouse. If your spouse, if you've been married or if you've been in a relationship and your spouse or that significant other has not changed, that is your fault. And I don't sugarcoat. If they have not changed, The only reason why that king gave her favor, yes, okay, she exuded God, but she had to exemplify greatness, a woman of stature. She also had to understand prayer. She also had to exude love. She stood out for a reason. It wasn't just because she was beautiful. She stood out among all those women because she honored God, and he saw the difference. And then when the people tried to kill her people, he gave her favor and said, no, no, that's my wife. Now, let me tell you, if she was a typical non believer and she popped off at the mouth and never brought him by her ways to God, and people tried to kill her, what would he have done? Probably the opposite. Let's just be real. Let's be real. So, whoever is married and you are sitting here like, my husband is not this or that, he is not of God, he don't go to church, that's your job. Switch it, husbands. You are more spiritual and your wife is not. If you've been married or you're dating someone and they have not changed, that is your job. Now, for collaborations, the other story is, what is her name? The lady who helped the spies. Rahab? Rahab. Same thing. I told you guys this last year. Listen to me. This breakthrough that we just went through is going to bring those of you who have platform in your books, your destiny books. You most likely will not be helped by another believer. It just is what it is. I'm being serious. You will most likely be helped by a non-believer. Hear this warning and hear me good. Okay? Rahab spared the spies by lying. Would a believer have lied for the spies? No. And what would have happened after that? We don't know. Death? Who knows? Prison? A whole nother chain of events. But God used an unbelieving woman at that time, because I know she changed later, but she changed later because of the events that she was put in. But because that woman, they trusted a woman who was not of God, they were spared. So the same story as Esther. Stop looking to only collaborate with like-minded people. Okay, yes, that's better. It's easier. It makes more sense because you can collaborate easier. But no. In this season, when he says I keep the money laid up from the unjust to give to the just, how you think you're gonna get it? You gotta partner with them. You got to be okay with being in collaboration with them. Somebody is watching you. Someone's watching your YouTube. Someone's watching your wisdom. Someone's watching your Clubhouse, your Instagram, your Snapchat, whatever platform you're on. Or a podcast. Someone's listening to you. Don't think for a moment that God will not use anybody. You say it, but you don't walk in that. I'm trying to let you know this story of Esther is for women and men who want to be married. Don't shun someone just because they're not where you are or they're babes in Christ. Because my husband and I met, and he grew up in the church, but he was all head knowledge. It was all head knowledge. And I was all heart knowledge. And we merged. And he helped me with scripture because I'm still there with scripture. And I helped him with the relationship aspect. No, we don't just do it just to do it. What did he say? How do you feel? What is he telling you to do? The relationship about it. And we've both grown in those areas. Now, collaboration. You are to stand up and bring them to God, not them change you and now you walking with the enemy. That's your only warning, that when your collaborator comes, when your spouse comes, who's supposed to change is not you, it's them. Who's supposed to shift is them, not you. Okay? You are not supposed to change. Now you're gonna change because it's a give and take. But what I'm saying is, you are supposed to change, be used by the Holy Spirit, because you can't do anything, to change your spouse by your ways, by your love, in a collaborator that is not of God. Should be like, yo, what are you doing? Because I want that. I love everything about you. What? And then you minister. And then you release. Okay? Your social media manager, your accountant, your financial person, whoever God brings and confirms that's the person, don't just go picking anybody off the street. We don't do that. But whoever God confirms is in your corner in this season, I don't care what they look like. You arrest them in the realm of the spirit. You know how to pray. If show me their heart, arrest them in the realm of the spirit. If it ain't for you, God, and this is who you sent me, you keep me 10 steps ahead of them. Just pray. You've got the owner of the universe on your side. Any person you ever need insight on, all you gotta do is ask. That's it. But I'm letting you know because it's here. I'm speaking to those of you who've been running with me since who knows how long. It's here. When you open up your Instagram, when you open up your TikTok, what is your digital world speaking to you? That's your confirmation. What is your natural? Every time I drive by this one billboard, when I look at it, it's just a random old picture. And then it'll flip to a digital picture of your next move is making history. You're about to be the best. You're just random phrases every time. What is your natural world saying? What are you seeing now? Because I know every time I up TikTok, it's money coming at you. Money. You're powerful. You know who you are. You won. It is finished. Those are all the things that I'm hearing. What are you hearing? What are you seeing on in your digital world that God is then confirming in the natural? It's finished. We did the work. Now you got to learn how to rest in Him. And for many people, that is hard. I know for me, it was hard. Because I'm always, one track meet's over, then I'll jump straight into soccer. Soccer's over, walk right off the soccer field, walk right on the track and run and keep going. It's just been my life. So I'm always doing something, always going. Yep, digital world is speaking to my life. Absolutely. And if you're not paying attention, I need you to start paying attention to your digital world. That's not a lie. And I'm talking about everything. What are your emails saying? You've been approved. Don't skip over that. You win. Congratulations on the ring. You know how many proposals I've seen online? All of a sudden, how many people in wedding dresses I've seen online? It don't glance over what God is trying to show. Those are like they say, God winks, God kisses, whatever they say. Those are the letting you know you're on the ancient path. Now, if you're not seeing those things, those are your right track signs. Those are the signs that what you've been working on is coming. It's working. See, look, there's a digital board here in the KC that says your name here. There you go. Things like that. But the problem is no one's taught you to say, oh, wow, you're speaking to me. I received that. So I'm going to go through this real quick and then I'm going to let you guys go. You got to understand that the greatest of all things is love, right? If you are not love, you are nothing. If you are not love, you are nothing. I will say it again. If you don't operate in love, you're nothing. Love is the highest vibrational frequency, energetic, whatever, God consciousness, God being, period. Love. That's where we are all striving to stay at in the love dimension. That's why every day I tell you guys, walk in love, walk in the love dimension, because that's the only dimension you want to walk in. But you got to practice and you got to learn to be there because it's a lot of sacrificing. Look at Yeshua, look at Jesus, look at his disciples, okay? It's a lot of sacrificing. And you don't just pop up and sacrifice, you learn to be a sacrifice. So, what you have to start doing of resting now is as we shift gears, because we fought for 6 months, longer than that, but many of you have been with me since the decree started in December. We fought so hard for 6 months to each month we shifted and broke things and removed things and expelled things and got our life force back. I mean, so many things we've done. Okay. Now sirens are going off. They're telling you, you hearing train horns. They're telling you your package is coming. Airplanes, if you're privy to noticing an airplane above you, they're telling you your promise is coming. Okay? Police, ambulance, because you don't always pay attention to these things. Follow me. This is a quick teaching on this. You don't always pay attention to your surroundings because we're so distracted with our phone, with the parenting, with driving. We're not always aware of our surroundings. But when something catches your eye, it's never an accident. Hear me. If you are driving, and if you're not a driver, if you ride the bus, you're not on the bus and you're walking and you catch a billboard, that billboard is speaking to you. You got to figure out what it's saying. Everything in your eye peripheral view is speaking to you when you know better. Okay? So every email that pops up, not everyone, but every email that pops up that you pay attention to, there's something in it for you. Are you guys following me? Drop a 1 if you're following me. When you start paying attention to your digital world, your natural world, and your spiritual world is where everything starts first. Once you grab it in the spiritual world, then you got to pull it into the natural. This is how you pull it into the natural. Your digital world, which is quickly becoming its own world, which probably already has been, and then the natural. So you're going to see stuff on Instagram. You're going to see, let's say you want to get married, you're going to see wedding pictures. You're going to be like, I didn't follow anybody. No, they're telling you you're on that path. But what many of you do is you block it. I remember 2 years ago in Arise, I was teaching this, and they were just like, oh no, on Instagram, and they said it's too stressful, block it. I said, you're blocking your path. Listen to how the enemy gets you. They said, if every time you see someone getting married or proposed to and you want to be married, for your mental health, to protect your mental health, just block that. No, ma'am or sir. You know what you're doing? You're blocking your new pathway from forming. Because now God is trying to show you that you're on the right path. How you know you're on the wrong path is you're seeing the opposite. Single. You're a single ladies. Let's be a single ladies. That's the enemy's demonic timeline. Are you following me? So now you are seeing these women getting married, proposed to, or men proposing to women because this is what you want. So he's showing you on your digital world, it's now part of your world. You haven't got it yet, but it's starting to manifest because you're starting to see it everywhere. You've noticed it like, man, I looked up one thing, now I see it everywhere. You're chalking it up to the algorithm. No. Yes, the algorithm plays a part in it because the algorithm is basically your, how do I say this? The algorithm where you think there's just a AI algorithm, that is your algorithm. That's God's algorithm. That's your mental psyche they're pulling on, especially TikTok. Do you understand why Mark Zuckerberg put TikTok on trial? Did you watch that? The questions he were asking, one man dissected and said those weren't interrogatory questions. Those weren't questions to prove that they were doing something. Those were questions trying to figure out how he did what he did. TikTok is very spiritual because it's Asian. Think about it, you guys. I want you guys to try something. If you have TikTok, more than Instagram is American. An American mental psyche is different than deeply rooted spiritual Asians. They're like second to Africa, one of the longest running histories, okay, in lineage. The Asians believe so much in spirituality that TikTok their algorithm is based on what you think. If you have TikTok, I want you to think of a unicorn or a purple dinosaur. I want you to think of something, open up TikTok, and I promise you'll see it. Because that's how their algorithm works off of you. Whatever you think, you're going to see. Instagram doesn't, and they don't know how to do it because the Americans are not as spiritual. especially the Caucasian Americans in some instances. I hope you're following me. So when you start seeing stuff, because I don't see as much synchronicities, I don't see as much of those things on Instagram and Facebook, but I for sure see it on TikTok. And I was asking God, like, what TikTok be all up in my mind? No, it's because it's reading your physical, your mindset. It's you're connecting spiritually. Now that's AI, and it can be used for evil, but it also can be used for good. Okay. So I'm not saying it's all 100% good. I'm just breaking it down for you so you understand the difference. So when you get on TikTok, I literally want you to think of something you haven't looked up, you haven't searched. So a turtle. And I promise you, by the end of today, you will see a turtle pop up on TikTok. It'll be in the comments. Someone will put a turtle. I did that the other day, and this woman, not for nothing, I saw 2 turtles. I said, God, if you are restoring and reclaiming everything I need right now, I need to see a turtle. I saw this. I got on TikTok and I saw this woman, and she just had a turtle walking around her, walking through her video. Nothing about turtles. I said, okay. Then I'm driving that next day, and a huge turtle is walking across the street. Made me stop because I wasn't gonna run over it. It was huge. Never seen that a day in my life. I said, well, dang God, you weren't lying. You were telling me this is what I'm doing. You made me stop in the middle of the street. It went to my digital world and then it manifested in the natural. That's how you know that you've received it. Okay? Yesterday, email of engagement rings. I saw a huge turtle too. Yes. For me, it meant reconcile because that's what I asked. What were you asking? What were you thinking about? What did you say? There's a reason. Or because I'm talking about this story and you saw it, yours might be reconciled too. That's not a coincidence. You were seeing, you and I are very connected, and I know that. There's another guy on YouTube, I don't know if he's on here, but he would have said hi by now. Him and I are connected. We have those type of. I bought bracelets. He found a bracelet. An angel dropped a bracelet in his lap. The New Year thing, or yeah, the New Year. I saw it and had it, and he had it the day before. You saw Hawks or something the other day that I saw also. You were very connected. Yes, like I had to slam on. My daughter was like, Mommy, I slammed on the brakes and had to swerve. Yes, like he wanted me to. You ain't missing this sign. You asked for it, here you go. That's reconciled. So whatever you're going through, he's reconciling it. He's reconciling because that's what I asked for. Said if you are reconciling things right now, I need you to show me a turtle. Oh yes, he did. So when you see a red cardinal, when you look it up, don't look up like spiritual totems and animals and all. No. What does it mean? Just what does it mean? What does it represent? I grabbed a pet turtle 2 weeks ago and kept it. Oh wow! I randomly went to my parents' house and left inside the first turtle and kept it. Wow. See? Yeah. Yep. When you randomly see things that you don't, because there are plenty of times I'm driving down and I'll see a cop car and don't hear it, but I'll see the sirens and be like, oh, that was different. There are times where you hear it, but it's so faint because it wasn't for you. This is what I'm trying to show you. I know it's quick. I wasn't able to go as in depth as I normally would or would like to. But if you guys are following me, if you understand what you're looking for this weekend, today and this weekend, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. Don't ever dismiss signs. Never. God speaks through anything. The thing is, you got to understand, what is he trying to say through it? How is he communicating through it? What does it mean? Emails, paperwork, whatever you get, pay attention to what it can mean to your life. But yeah, try it. Literally say, I want to see such and such. And you'll see it. You will see it. Whether it be on your digital world or you're going to see it like a purple dinosaur. So I did a turtle. No, I did a blue butterfly. And my accountability partner did a purple dinosaur. And it took her a couple of days because the purple dinosaur is really, really out there. And Randomly, her husband texted her a purple diamond. So she was, what the heck? She goes, "Ma, I got a purple diamond." So I said, what? She goes, yeah, my daughter went into my husband's phone and put the emojis and sent it to me. I said, well, there you go. Another time we did red writing. I did red writing on a dollar, and then I was talking and I slipped up and said blue dollar, and I was just like, no, there ain't no such thing as a blue dollar. Lo and behold, she sure did get a blue dollar handed to her. Not drawn blue, not colored blue. It had a tint of blue. And we've never seen that dollar again. I've never ever seen it in my hand, and she's never received another blue tinted dollar. That dollar was printed with blue paper. And it just fell out my mouth, and I was just like, nah, that can't be real, God. And he said, keep it. I said, keep it. I'm gonna be looking up for that. I'm gonna be looking for that forever. Not so. Blue dollar. So make it out there. Make it make sense. Make it be something so outrageous that you're like, yo, this is no one but God. When you want to put it out there just to kind of see. But the world is conspiring with God to help you. Use your world. God, show me in nature if I'm on the right path. Show me on a billboard what you need me to hear or see. Oh my God, He will tell you. Start using the things around you. Yes, that's why they try to shut it down. Because TikTok is definitely on a whole nother platform. He's trying to figure out how to run it, how to run his Instagram like that. Because it's based on the people's feelings. It's based on your spirit. Which is why you also got to be careful. You got to cover your spirit. On any AI, not just TikTok, all AI, you have to discern which AI is positive and which AI may be dark magic. Saw a baby raccoon today. I felt like that meant the thief, the enemy, is becoming more insignificant as a threat as I'm getting stronger. Versus the huge other two raccoons I saw, yeah, they're getting smaller. Yep. And it's interesting. You know what? Wow. See, there you go then. My daughter was reading a book yesterday. She goes, Mommy, no, my son, yeah, because he's the younger one. Mommy, look, doesn't it look like a raccoon wrapped up in a coat and cloaked? All you can see is his eyes hidden. It didn't even dawn on me until you just said that. Hidden. Just yesterday, I'm telling you, there are people that I'm connected to way more than just Clubhouse speaking. And it's for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. Who knows? Yeah, literally the raccoon was hidden. See, before it was all in your face because it was running things. It was running amok. But that was what, a week ago, maybe? Now you're seeing a baby one, and literally it looked like a little kid who put on too big of clothes, and all you could see was like their lip because the hood was too big. The arms, if you could see floppy arms on the sweater, and it was a little drawing in his book. He goes, "Does that look like a raccoon? All you can see is his eyes. He's hiding." Yep. And I just looked and said, "Yeah, buddy." That one for me, that was for you. True. And I barely saw it, but it made sure. Yep, he made sure you saw it. Yep. And raccoons they're thieves. Yeah. But he's no longer a threat. Those are your signs, you guys. Going into the weekend, going into going into the weekend, expecting to see what we worked for. Those are your signs. That's how you look for what you worked for. Okay. All right. Anybody have anything else they want to add? I don't want to be on here too long. We got some things we got to do today. We got to get up and get out. I'm going to please pull out your cards, please. Your chariots of fire cards, so we can do that real quick. If you don't have it, I'm going to post the link so you can get it. This way you're able to do it with us when we do it. And then anybody still interested in joining the Divine Men Healing, we still have room. I was going to do it this weekend, but it was too much going on this weekend, so I'll probably do it next weekend. Not sure yet, but you will definitely get the information because you are on the waiting list. If you don't have your Chariots of Fire card, get one ASAP. I just posted it. You need to have these cards. When I tell you it's because of these angels and the way God has given us the order on how to dispatch them, I've seen people put in jail. I've seen people getting hurt in my sleep. Not me, angels. I've seen things happening. I've seen fire in the realm of the spirit, and I know it's the angels because when they say they come in to kill, destroy, annihilate, they're the military. Lord, the names of God that I put on there are the names that are so ready for war that this is the only way that you are able to fight. And it's not you fighting, you're just being the conduit of sending out them the proper way and handling them accordingly when they come back. There's directives. So if you need your card, there's the link to get your card. Also, we're going to do that in a second. So get everyone who has their cards, pull those out. Also, we still have I want to give you guys to sign up, the sign up link. So you're gonna get a couple of links, and on Clubhouse, of course, your links they disappear. So if you need the cards, grab that link and then get it in a second. Here is if you want to get on the list for the webinar. I'm not gonna send out the list. The list is not gonna be anywhere but here. If you want to be a part of the Divine Men Healing, here's your list. Here's the link. Sign up here. Why? Because as women, married or single, you need to be there. You have a role to play, and I have specific instructions for you. God has dispatched intervening angels for the men on earth right now. Okay? Men on earth are being transformed, they're being stretched, they're shedding, and they are in a position now to be raised up as kings. If you are that woman that you've been married to a man and you know he is deeper and better than he should be, he's a king, but he's not fully operating it, he's an apostle, all those things, this is your time to help birth him out. If you are a man and you know that there's greater, you know you have more power, but you don't know how to tap into it, this is what this is for. I need you guys to sign up here. So when we send out information about it, you will be the ones to sign. We're not sending it to the exclusive email community. We're not doing it. Let me put that link here on YouTube. We're not sending it out. You have to ask. This is where you have to figure out that what you want. Okay. We're not doing that. Normally we send it to everyone and let you know. God says a closed mouth don't get fed. If you are finally ready to remove the stagnation, if you are finally ready to stop just trucking along and you're ready to really hit it hard and be a world changer for real, then this is for you. This is for you. This way you will be able to operate in your full capacity. Hear me. The full capacity of who you are supposed to be on this earth, men. We need you. We cannot move forward without you. I can't move forward without my husband becoming the king and operating as the king. I can't. And he can't move forward without me being the queen. We need each other. And the enemy for centuries has had his thumb on women, but now we're rising, and had his thumb on men, but now you're rising. But it's up to you to take the second step. You got to say, okay, God, I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. If you don't say that, he can't help you. For those of you on Wisdom, if you are interested in this event, you can email executive.assistant@smallybrown.com. And when you send the email, just put Divine Men's Healing information, and she'll send you the link. If you need the Chariots of Fire resource cards, just put that in the email as well, and she'll send you that link. Okay. And then last but not least, for those of you who are not already on our exclusive email community list, I will post that link as well, because we send out a lot of information. You get updates, you know what's going on, you get freebies, you get things directly to your inbox. You get the best updates to your inbox to be up to date. Okay. So on YouTube, you have 3 links. If you're not on any of those, please go ahead. Let me find it real quick and put it on Clubhouse for those of you who are new. I see some new faces. Welcome and thank you for joining me. And as always on Wisdom, I can't post links. So if you just email, if you want more, then you will be able to get more in that way. All right. So everybody pull out your card. Pull out your card, your Chariots of Fire card. And we are going to dispatch our angels. And then if nobody has anything, I'm done. Anybody has anything they want to add, any questions, any comments, please raise your hand now. I'm about to change out this link on Clubhouse, and then we'll go ahead and then we'll be done. But I want to thank you guys for joining me on this 7-day turnaround. Look, the things that I'm getting, I don't hoard. I'm a giver. I release always, because the more you release, the more you get. And I'm not trying to hoard and block my flow. Okay. So anybody on here, when you don't release it, you are basically blocking. It's the law of reciprocity. Learn the laws of the universe. And this weekend, operate. My computer's acting funny. This weekend, I want you to operate in the law of assumption. And it's real funny because I have people that are like, hold on a second, because this is acting funny. I have a lot of people. I don't know. Law is a law. It's the only one that's the only one you're comfortable with. No, the law is a spiritual law that everyone has to honor. Okay. If you don't like it, you take that up with them. But look at these laws. Learn these spiritual laws and natural laws. And once you learn these laws, then you can learn to break them. Just like I say with water. Learn the rules of water and then learn to break them. What does that mean? You can't walk on water when it's fluid and flowing, but you can walk on water when it's ice. Learn to break the laws and the rules once you learn them. Okay? The law of assumption, you're already doing it. You're assuming you're in debt. You're assuming nothing's going to work. You're assuming you're not going to get the job. You're already doing the law of assumption. All I'm trying to get you to do is understand and be aware that the same thoughts of negativity, you're assuming that God and the universe are conspiring against you. I need you to switch it and assume I got this. Assume I'm no longer in debt. Assume I'm happily married. It's the law of assumption. It is the same thing you are doing right now. Just make it work for you. But it's a spiritual law. Did you mean to raise your hand? I'm going to bring you up. I'm not sure. Yes.
Yeah, I did mean to raise my hand. I just wanted to share just kind of like information with what you said in regards to ascension. So what was it? Was it Thursday night? I slept. Okay, Wednesday went to bed, and I woke up. It must have been about 4:30 a.m. I'm in London, England, so obviously that's a time difference to the States. But my husband wasn't in bed, he was actually already in the front room, and so I couldn't move. And it wasn't like sleep paralysis or anything like that, but I literally couldn't move, and I was in a lot of pain, like the top left side of my shoulder or back, and I was like, I just started to scream out my husband's name. So I looked up and I thought to myself, okay, what time of the day is it? I thought it was still the night time, but I looked up and it was like the break of dawn, so the light was just coming through. So I called him, he couldn't hear me at first, so I called him again, and he came, and it was like, I don't know how to even explain the pain, because the sleep still leaving my body, like even now. It was almost like I had this trapped nerve in my back, and I couldn't move. Any slight movement, it would just trigger. Okay, so he prayed for me, and I started to feel a bit better. But like, but this really important part is that as I was coming into my consciousness out of my sleep, I kept on hearing, and I don't know this was very powerful. Jacob and when he wrestled with God, I knew it wasn't something alarming at all. I wasn't attacked. I don't fully remember what I was talking about, but I just kept on hearing the story. And so I remember I spoke about the story to my husband, and then we left it. And I know that God has been doing something in my life. There's definitely been an ascension, well, when he's taken me. But I just wanted to share that because I know that maybe on a different side, you can catch something similar. So I just wanted to share that. That, you know what, it's like I've got the pain. It's still leaving my body, but it's not a bad thing. I feel like it's a place where I don't know if I wrestle with an angel or God. I don't know what it is, but I just wanted to share it. Thanks. I'm done.
Absolutely. So there was no other signs, no other anything, no thoughts when you first woke up. The first thing you thought. I mean, I know you said it doesn't feel bad, and that's my telltale sign because of when we operate with angels, we always assume it's bad, or we always assume they're, evil, a demonic entity because of their presence is so strong. But when an angel or an entity appears and you cannot decipher or discern what it is, if you're not scared, if you don't feel like it's bad, that's your confirmation. That's your discernment. Going forward now is God reveal what happened. Show me exactly what happened if you haven't already prayed that. What was that last night? Remember, I always say ask questions. What was that last night so that I can understand what happened? And it may not be for now. He may have been protecting you, kind of like that one time. I still haven't gotten revelation of that one time where I woke up in the middle of the night and my whole body was burning and I felt vibration through my whole body. And I know who it was because he revealed himself, but I don't know what he did. And I know in time I will when I'm supposed to. So ask those questions. But if your spirit is at peace, because that's your telltale sign, if your spirit is at peace that it wasn't nothing evil, and I feel like I possibly wrestled with an angel, you probably wrestled with an angel to get your stuff and to keep your stuff. And then now you just got to see it through and wait for it to be revealed. At least that's what I got. So, but no,
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. And I thank you for sharing because it's a 7-day turnaround. We were open to anything happening in these 7 days, and that's part of it. So I would absolutely be like, God, what was that for? Why did I receive that? What did this do? And then I would see what you get from there. Or even ask the angel itself. Ask the entity if you feel that calmly about, like, I really feel like I was wrestling with an angel. Ask that angel, be like, hey, what's your name? That's what I did that night in the midst of feeling the fire, in the midst of my body vibrating. I was like, who are you? Like, who the heck are you? Because this thing is strong. And he showed himself. Remember when the music started playing and Avery was like, girl, my computer just started playing music. And I said, wait, don't turn it off. That music's actually soothing me. It's making me feel better. Like talking about it now, I feel it reactivating. And she goes, okay. I said, well, who wrote it? And she said, Michael. I said, it's Archangel Michael. And then we kept digging. And then we saw that he's over fire. And that's how my body felt like it was over fire. So ask, who are you? Go directly to the source. They are messengers. And if you firmly believe that that was a good one, because you would know if it was bad. There's no way our spirit cannot decipher an entity that is to harm us. There's no way. So the fact that you were like, I feel like I was wrestling with an angel, I think that's exactly what happened. Your spirit is telling you you're just wrestling in your mind trying to believe that. So I would believe it and then ask him, what were you wrestling for?
I'll definitely do that. But just to add, like the day before the day before that, I had another dream that I was in a restaurant and there was, like you said, an entity. At first I was a bit afraid, and it was trying like maybe to talk to me or to come to me, and I was trying because I was afraid at the time, trying to kind of get on the outside, like trying to get their aware, like make them aware that, oh my gosh, like I need help. But no one could hear me. And then I just remembered, like, almost like, do not be afraid. And then I kind of just woke up. So I do feel that, yeah, I will ask the question in regards to, okay, like, what was that? But I think it was, yeah, I just woke up with that scripture, with that story in mind.
Yeah.
And I didn't even understand what the pain was. But yeah, thank you so much.
Yep. So if those all happened within a certain time frame of each other, it's probably the same entity. And we know Bathroom is releasing. So he's trying to help you with something. He's there to help you. You need to figure out who he is. If that's been in with both of those been in with the last month or two, that is most likely the same angel that has been sent to help you release something. Bathroom, every time I have a dream in the bathroom, you're releasing something. That's what it is. It's to release something. To purge, to detox. It's the bathroom. So that angel is assigned to help you release something, but you got to know what. So thank you. Appreciate sharing that. All right, so let's go ahead and use our cards and let's get out of here. So I'm going to turn on the music and we're going to do it for about 2 to 3 minutes. You're welcome, as always. We're going to dispatch our angels, our chariot of fire angels, to where they need to be, especially on today, on the last day of the 7-day turnaround. I need y'all to be intense with it. I need y'all to send it everywhere, to everything. Do it the way, like, go all in, go all out. Okay. So let me turn up the music. All right, I'll set the timer and let's go. And don't forget to send out your appointed official.
We push back all anxiety and release a sound mind. A sound mind. We push back the sound mind. Sound mind. We push back all anxiety and release the sound mind. Sound mind. Mind that is stayed on you. Mind rooted and grounded in you. A mind that's surrounded by you. Sound mind. A mind that is stayed on you. Rooted and grounded in you. A mind surrounded by you. A sound mind. A mind that is stayed on you. Rooted and grounded in you. A mind surrounded by you. A sound mind. A mind that is stayed on you. Rooted and grounded in you. A mind surrounded by you. A sound.
All right, you guys. Last thing I want to tell you, because it just came to my mind, then I'm going to let you guys go. So remember I told you guys to go do something, right? Go look at dresses, go online, look at dresses, do something, right? Remember that? Did anybody do it? You can just drop a 1 if you were able to. Go look at dresses. If you're trying to be married, go look at suits. If you're wanting to be married, whatever it is, promotion, go look at the job title. Remember, I said, and our resting, just go do it. Go look for something. Go buy something. I gave you the example of my house and I bought a pizza stone. Did anybody do anything yesterday? Said, go look. Anybody? Did you remember? Did it happen? Yes. Okay, good. So some of you guys did, some of you guys didn't. Oh, I didn't see this. He said, I've been seeing dark colored butterflies recently. I usually say, "Hey, my mom passed in 2019. She loved African butterflies, dark in color. Maybe it's another sign as well." Yep, butterflies. Whenever you see butterflies a lot, it's your transitioning. You've come out of the chrysalis phase. It was running away, but other two were both. I missed that one. I'm so sorry. Okay, she said I wasn't on yesterday, but I have. Yes, intentionally. Yep, yep. New birth. So I wanted to tell you guys I didn't intentionally do it because I was just like, God, the neighborhood that I want, it's far away, and then I know the area, I know where I want to move to, I know everything that I want, that I'm looking for, and I said I won't be able to because it's too far. Well, lo and behold, my husband comes home, and it was beautiful yesterday, last night. And the kids were like, "We want to go for a bike ride." And they were going. And then they asked me. And at first I was going to say no. And he said, "Go." And I was just like, "All right." And usually we drive in our neighborhood because we have an 8-year-old who's still, learning how to ride. And they wanted to go to like a neighborhood that we've never rode to. And my husband's just like, "Well, it's getting dark, but I mean, if you guys want to, we can." So not like my husband. He's very, very, he takes calculated risks. He's very safe. Um, and we were driving down roads where we're on a sidewalk and right next to you is a busy street. Okay. That's not his demeanor. Totally not his demeanor. He'd be like, "No, it's too dangerous. The little one, I don't know if I trust him." That's his demeanor. And so he goes, "Let's go." And I was just like, "Okay." So we drove. I mean, we rode our bikes. Who knows how many miles? Could have been easily 4 miles. And he turns into this neighborhood. The houses were huge. I said, "God, you done brought me to the neighborhood." I Yeah. And it floored me because I had to work for it. It was a long bike ride. Like when I tell you we don't ride bike, my quads were on fire. Of course, the kids didn't feel it because they're little and they always riding their bikes. Um, but the neighborhood was beautiful. The houses were beautiful. And I was just like, "Oh, you physically brought me to a neighborhood in spite of the neighborhood that I know I want to live in that I couldn't make it to. You brought me to see one, to tangibly put my eyes on one." Um, and we rode around and then we left. And I was just like, "Okay, God, I see you." So be obedient today. We've been obedient. Stay obedient, okay? He's going to guide you to something today. Let him guide you. Flow with him. Be obedient and watch what happens. I almost missed it. I mean, I probably was going to go anyway, but it was just, because we were just riding around to their school. Their school's like not even 2 blocks away. So I was just like, yeah, that could work. But when he said, "Let's go further," I had no idea what I was in for. None whatsoever. But it floored me because I told you guys, go look and go drive around the neighborhood. Go look, go see something different of what you would want. Go ahead, Gabriel.
Oh, I didn't know I was unmuted. I wasn't sure if this word was for this room or not, so I was asking God to send me some signs. I was like, "All right, let me see a live animal out here while I'm driving or something." And I was like, "Well, show me a big bird." And I kept seeing like birds fly by out of nowhere. And I wasn't seeing them before, so I was like, "I don't know, maybe that's it then." So I go ahead and read what he gave me yesterday since I'm stopped. So he said, I asked him, "Lord, what can I say to you weary people who don't want to miss you in this season?" His response was, "Because of your heart and your posture towards seeking me, I won't let you miss me. I will uphold you with my right hand. Your heart for me pleases me. In your weakness I will be made strong. Come to me, all who are weary, and I will give you rest. Just have faith in me. Rest in me. Give thanks for what I have already done. Delight yourself in me and watch me continue to bless you. You will know that it is me walking beside you and going before you. I won't let you miss this move. Fear not. Just continue to chase after me with all your heart. I'm here for you, and I will come through for you. I am God." That's what he gave me yesterday.
Interesting. No, that's exactly verbatim what we are talking about. Um, and it's the rest part. It is literally the rest part. So let me see.
I yield my mic.
Oh, sorry, I was talking and I had mine on mute. I said that is exactly for this room. That is exactly in sync with everything he said today. Um, so the word that stuck out to me is delight in me, because we already are resting in him. But the other word that stuck out is delight in me. And in Hebrew, delight means to bend towards, to be inclined towards an object or a person, to delight or take pleasure in. Um, And then in Psalms 37 and 4, the verb delight here is a command which charges us to find our look. Okay. How many of y'all, I keep telling you, there's more than 10 commandments. There's over 600 commandments. I need everybody to write down Psalms 34, 37 and 4. A command which charges us to find our enjoyment in Jehovah. Another Hebrew word for delight means to bend towards or incline, a very fitting description of what our attitude should be towards our Almighty. So he is commanding us. So yesterday we needed to rest, and today he's commanding us to find enjoyment. You guys got that? I'm going to look up one word. One more word. Any questions, any comments? Enjoyment. Let's do that. Enjoyment is a state or process of taking pleasure in something. Let's see what it means in Hebrew. So it's not one that's going to be, let's see. Let me try another word. Let me try another way, because it's given the same things. I want to make sure there's nothing different. So to give joy, the root word of enjoyment is to give joy, take delight, make happy. From Old English, Old French, plaisir means enjoyment, delight, desire, will. The root etymology of enjoy, let's see. So the example is you getting enjoyment from listening to music. So what I want you to do is the same way a song comes on and it brings joy to your heart, or find something to relate to that brings you joy. You could be in a funky mood and your spouse or your kids or your siblings are like, oh, I know what'll make him smile. What brings you joy just by listening to it, like music? He gets a lot of enjoyment from listening to music. I want you to take that level of enjoyment that you get with the tangible thing with God today. Does everybody understand the assignment? So enjoyment is viewed more generally than a discrete emotion. Enjoyment as process for the positive feelings, or it says, is enjoyment a feeling or an emotion? Enjoyment as process for the positive feelings of joy and fun. Both joy and fun are considered positive emotional states, as reviewed earlier. In contrast, enjoyment is viewed more generally than a discrete emotion. So we are charged to have enjoyment today. Okay. Let me see one more place. Hold on one second. Hold on. I'm going to look in Spanish. Yeah, this one says have fun, to treat, joy. So, what gives you enjoyment? And I want you to compare that today to the same level of enjoyment with with God before you get your blessings. And she said, delight to be soft or tender. Perfect. All right. So we have our assignment. Yesterday was rest in Him and go look at the house that you want, the neighborhood you want. Go find the dress for your wedding. Go find the clothes if you want to be interviewed for another position, whatever it is you wanted. You were supposed to do that yesterday. Today, I want you to find enjoyment in God. So whether, and he said, thanking Him in advance because it's done. So we're going to shift from I'm sure I'm experiencing enjoyment in God today. I'm sure I'm experiencing enjoyment in God today. You can write that throughout the day. I'm sure I'm experiencing I'm experiencing enjoyment in God today. I'm sure I'm experiencing yep, see? There you go. It could be online. However you were able to. You could do that too. So yeah. All right, you guys, we'll get out of here. Get to going. If you need any links on YouTube, all the links are on YouTube. This is live on YouTube. You can go back and hit the replay, especially those of you on Wisdom. My YouTube channel is I Am Somalia or Somalia Brown. Please give me a follow. My Instagram is Real One Somalia. Give me a follow. So yes. Any questions, any comments? Executive.assistant@somaliabrown.com. I cannot wait to hear all the testimonies that come from this because what is transpiring is already here. Don't say it's coming. Don't say it's coming. Say it's here. Can you say that again? You raise your hand big. I don't know what that means. Unless I missed something. Oh, someone wanted to come up. Oh, I missed it. I did miss it, and I think he's gone. At least I don't see him. Anybody see him? I don't see him in the audience. No. My apologies. I see it now. I said, bring me up. All right, you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Let's hit it hard. We had our moment of rest. Remember, you just rest, you catch your breath, and you keep it going. But we got this. Do your writing, do your decrees, do your declarations. And if you need any of those, always email executive.assistant for whatever March, April, May, June, January, February, December decrees that we have. All right. You can see him up here with me on stage. Oh, I don't even. Interesting. Oh, okay. I was about to say, I don't see him. Oh, Gabriel. Yeah, no, Gabriel was saying someone else wanted to come up. Perfect. All right, you guys, gotta go. This room in this live is closing in 3, 2, and 1. Have an amazing day. I may be back tomorrow, maybe not, but we got this. Okay. If not, I'll talk to you guys on Monday. All right. Have a good one.